Hello my dear students, welcome to your science class. This is part 5 of crop production and management, and in this particular part we are going to see very interesting thing like how to protect seed crop from weeds and why it is necessary, and how do farmer remove weeds, and what are the things that a farmer should keep in their mind while using weedicides. Okay, so let's start. Like, what is weeds? I have told you that undesirable plants that grows naturally along with the crop are called weeds. So these are unwanted plants which are there with the crops that you have, the crops you have grown in the field, and it is there. These are unnecessarily things. Okay, so what is weeding? To remove these weeds is called weeding. Okay, the removal of weed is called weeding. Okay, so why weeding is necessary? Let the weed be in the field. How it is going to harm? So yes, they are harmful because weeds compete with the crop for space, light, water and nutrients. Why they will compete? Because they are also plants, and you know that for growing they need space, they need light, they need water, they need nutrients, all the things required for them by them. Everything is required because they are plants, so naturally they will compete. So that's why it's very important to remove. Okay, and they may interfere in harvesting and can be poisonous for animals and human beings, because they will have some kind of seeds, they will have some kind of chemical in it, so that may be poisonous, may not be poisonous, but they are interfering. Okay, so that's why it's very important, very necessary to remove the weeds from the crops. So कैसे farmers remove करते हैं? So tilling or ploughing before sowing to the crops. Okay, when you plough the field, it uproots and kill the weeds. What happens? Suppose you have planted the crop in the field, and now what you have to do? The farmer need to remove manually using खुरपी to uproot them or cut them close to the ground. Okay, ये कब करना है? जब फसल नहीं बोई गई है. ये तब करना है जब फसल आपके फील्ड में है. एंड सपोज यू आर यूजिंग वेरी बिग फील्ड, क्रॉप फील्ड, and that time if you are willing to spray some weedicides. So what are weedicides? So these are chemical that kills weed but do not damage the crop. Why they do not damage the crop? Because they are not made for that, and we are using the crop which are weedicide resistant. Weedicide resistant means there is no effect of that weedicide on that crop. There are some glyphosate resistant crop that we are not going to discuss. Just you need to know that why they are not able to destroy the crop, because the crops are resistant to that weedicide, or that weedicides are not effective on the crops. They are effective on the weeds only, because we are using them purposely. Okay, so there are such chemicals like 2,4-dichlorophenoxyacetic acid. 2,4-dichlorophenoxyacetic acid, in short it is known as 2,4-D. Then naphthalene acetic acid and atrazine. So these are few examples of weedicides that farmers are using in their field. Actually we need to avoid using weedicides. If possible we need to do manually, because anyhow they are going to be chemicals, and in one and another way they will be affecting our health. So at last they are poisonous also, but we are using. So when we are using, what are the things we need to keep in mind when we are willing to remove these weeds? The best time to remove weeds is before they produce flower and seed. Once they are producing flower and seed, there is no benefit of removing, because the seed will come to the ground again and it will grow in the next season. And flowers are there, then they will be producing pollen grains, and these pollen grains will go to the nose of humans, and they may lead to some diseases like asthma, and there are certain allergic things. Okay, so and weedicides are diluted with water and sprayed in the field. Okay, we can't use very concentrated, otherwise it will damage, it may damage the crops also, or definitely it is going to harm the field. because they are chemicals. Okay, and farmers should cover their nose and mouth with a piece of cloth while spraying them. Whether better to use mask. Okay, piece of cloth means mask you can say. तो क्योंकि दे आर केमिकल, इफ दे विल इंटर द इनसाइड आवर बॉडी दे विल बी अफेक्टिंग आवर ऑर्गन्स इन अ बैड मैनर. Okay, so these are the things we need to keep in mind. These are the things related to the weeds. Okay, that's all for this video. And what you have to do, you have to make note. Okay, so thank you. These are the resources. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.